Hey guys, just hanging out here in Ontario, California. Do I got more light than this? Shit. That's a little better. Alright, just hanging out here in Ontario, California at the Petro. So, hadn't been on for a little bit. And, so I figured I'd give a little bit of an update. Just spent some time cleaning up the truck a little bit. It's not done. Got a little bit up front to do. And I seem to be missing half my laptop cord and have no clue where that could be. I've looked over in the bunk and stuff. I literally cannot figure out where that bad boy went to. I don't remember taking it off the truck for any reason, so I don't know. It must be hiding somewhere. And I looked all over in the bed. Might have to take it apart a little more. But I went through everything and put some stuff away. I got most of the bunk net. I figured out how to loosen those straps and pull more forward. But it is weird. There's still not. I still think it's weird how much slack there is, and even pulling pretty much all of the slack out of the 3 spots right underneath the top of the bunk. There's 2 places to adjust the straps for the bunk net up top, and once I got to messing with them, they were easy just to loosen and pull all the slack out, and then make it so that it pull out more. But I can't get this far side over here to pull up all the way. I just think there's weight on it. I just gotta lift up the bunk a little bit and pull on it, and it should come out. And then that will hold my stuff from falling out up there, all the stuff I got up there. So yeah, I'm just hanging out. I used my little butane camp stove earlier and made some chicken liver and gizzards. Threw some can of green beans in there with some minced onion. Those little freeze dried, or whatever you call them, garlic nuggets, and a bunch of pepper and some curry, and just put some butter in there and just cooked it for a while until I made sure it was done. Got a whole bunch of leftovers of that. Then I got a couple of pork chops, small pork chops, and a couple of steaks in the cooler there. And what else do I have in there? Oh, like four pieces of chicken that I need to cook sometime too. So I got food and I got ways to cook food. It's just not as easy to keep stuff clean. So I got a couple of pans over here, well, dishes to do, bring into the truck stop and clean them. And I'm probably going to wait until I get to the truck stop to shower, and I'll clean them up when I go shower. But mainly I just gotta let's see, is this dude sitting up? Anyway, I just gotta wait till I get the Love's shower here on my way. I got my next load, but it doesn't pick up till 6 a.m. tomorrow, just up the street. And then I'm heading for Albuquerque and then over to Windsor. Where's my book? Windsor, Colorado. So And then I don't know where I'm going after that. But it's really weird. I've got to go to this place over here in Miraloma, pick up from a metal container corp, and then I'm going to this address in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and then I'm going to a place over in Windsor, Colorado. So I don't. It just looks like a weird dispatch to me. But I did figure out, did finally, Billy Alston told me that the red handle is a bar that just can come right out and is designed for, it's so you can control where you stop when you're sliding your tandems. You can put set the bar in, you can take it all the way out, and then it's this big long rod that fits between the two holes on both sides of your trailer, and you can pull that sucker right out. I thought I was gonna have to like take a bolt out or something, but no, you just got to yank on it and then it comes right out. It's like friction fit. It's designed to jam in there. It's got like this little spring loaded thing. There is a bolt, but it holds in this spring-loaded wire-like thing at the very end of the metal tube that's on that red handle. You just yank that thing out and you can put that thing in whatever hole you want. And it's supposed to, I had never, in 24 years, I have never heard of this, because I think every trailer I've ever had, if it had one of those things on there, it was put somewhere where I didn't have to deal with it. And so I had never even heard of such an apparatus to be able to do that. It would have been nice a few times. Now that I know of this, I can take advantage of it in the future. But I took that sucker out because they wanted me to move those tandems all the way to the back. And because of that bar, I was only able to move all those brand new trailers back to where you still had, I could only move like a little bit. And then I had like 1.5 feet left of holes that I couldn't use because they were putting those bars in the same spot on all their brand new trailers that we were going to get. But you can totally remove that and go move it far up front in some of the first holes that you're probably not going to use. But what it's designed for is to put right in front of the hole that you want to go for when you're trying to slide your tandems, and you say you only want to move 2 holes. We'll put it in that third hole on either side, depending on whether you're sliding back or forward, and it helps you out. Because, you know, a lot of guys are taking chalk or they're marking on the ground with a glove, or everybody's got their own method of how they keep track of where they started, and they'll either make a mark on the rack bar or whatever. Everybody's got their own method of doing that. So you learn something all the time. But I have never picked up brand new trailers from a facility before, and I have never had a truck or had trailers that I was aware of that I could do that with. And those bars are always in, if there was any bars like that, they were somewhere on the trailer that I didn't even have to deal with it. So I just got done sending a message to dispatch asking them if they'll gonna reimburse me for the parking here, and if they don't, I'm gonna fetch a bitch, because they're the ones that didn't get me a load right away. They wanted me to give them ETAs every day, and I did, And I told them about when I was getting here, and I got here about the time I said I got here about. I got to my drop about 9:30, and I told them I'd be there about 10. And because of traffic in LA and coming down through, I got slowed down a little bit. Instead of getting here about 8:30 or so, which I thought I was going to get here about 8:30, I wound up taking a little longer because of traffic. And they wanted me to, I had to do all this stuff. I had to slide my tandems back and park the loaded trailer in the corner so I could take the trailer off of dock 12, which was an empty trailer, pull it off. It was an old dry van trailer. Pulled it off, and it was a trailer that was so old that it had the dolly crank on the passenger side instead of the driver's side. So I haven't seen a trailer with that in a while. And so the only times I've ever seen that is last time I worked here 24 years ago, and on the tanker trailers that Randy's have. So any trailers I've touched in between have always been on the driver's side. The dolly crank has always been on the driver's side, except for tanker trailers and last time I worked here. So that was a little weird. But I had to basically switch those out, and that's when I moved that bar. And what I noticed when I was there, that they gave me a new load, and I was dealing with all that. And then I got to realizing that I wasn't going to be picking up till tomorrow morning on the 3rd at 6 a.m. is the appointment time. Near Loma, 6 o'clock PDT. Yep. So and then Howdy George. He drives for FedEx. He drives from Des Moines down to Kansas City and back, hauling doubles, or sometimes he hauls single 53-foot trailers. That's another thing I might try to get on to if things don't work out here, is hauling for FedEx. Sounds like they get a whole bunch of safety bonuses and stuff on top of their regular pay. So I just been sitting here yesterday and today. I just been binge watching the Alone series. I'm all the way up to season 9. After that, I'm gonna watch season 10, and then I might start watching Naked and Afraid. But pretty soon here, I'm gonna have to go to bed and get up early, like set my alarm for like 4:30 so I get up in time to get all awake, go get some coffee and stuff, and get out of here. And hopefully I'm gonna save my receipts and see if I can't get reimbursed for this parking. $30 friggin' for cash, and then if you spend money anywhere on the property, you keep your receipts. I accidentally threw my Popeyes receipt away because I wasn't thinking until a little bit after that I should keep that receipt to go towards everything. That was about $20 worth of chicken that I got that I could have added towards this stupid thing. But for cash it's $30 a night, and for debit card it's $50, or you show receipts for spending that much on the property, 30 to $30 or $50, depending on whether you spend cash or use your card. That's insane. That's like $60 to $100 that I might have to pay out on the way out of the place tomorrow. And I kept one of my receipts. That's only $23 and some change. If I would have kept that receipt from Popeyes, I would have had about $43 or something like that towards it. So we'll see what I wind up getting. They did have this pretty neat skillet that plugs into the DC adapter, but they want like $10 more than everywhere else I've been. They want like $54 for the thing, and everywhere else is like $45 or something. So I'm not buying it here. I can get it cheaper somewhere else, but I just got to get that inverter on the truck, and then I've got all kinds of ways to cook, and I've got that camping stove on here that I can use to cook stuff with. Yep, they used to both be TAs. I remember when they were both TAs before, and I remember when it wasn't all paid parking. But I do remember the last couple times I came here a few years back, they had started this thing with the guard check where you got to get this stupid ticket deal that prints your time and date of when you came in the place, and then you got to give it to the guy on the way out, and he'll tell you you owe X amount of money, and you have like up to 2 or 3 hours to get out of the place, and it's free. Which is stupid. That's kind of that same thing that 76 station south of Chicago by Joliet area does. They do that same thing right there. So I don't know. Yep, still is. It's gotten worse. And there doesn't seem to be as many peak trucks here. I remember this place used to always be pretty packed. You could barely find a place to park. There's all kinds of parking spots all around me. And none of these idiots seem to know how to park. Oh, I thought this bobtail next to me, I didn't realize that was a bobtail. I thought he was hooked up to that trailer. Nope, that's a bobtail that backed deep into the hole. And then there's a Schneider that backed in, but that's in that spot behind him, pointed the other way. So, nope, it's just the same. Other than it's just a little more run down, and there doesn't seem there's many truckers coming into the place. I just didn't know where else to go. I'm not as familiar with the area, and I pretty much figured this TA and Petro here was the only real places I could park without going clear out of town about a half hour or something to get up to what is that, Barstow? Or yeah, Barstow down the road. There might be something closer, but I just don't know the area. But I was looking stuff up. Let's see, I'm gonna re-look up, because I just looked up coming here because I wanted to come here to get something to eat. But I guess there is a Flying J 3.5 miles away from here. Fontana, Three Sisters. I guess there was some stuff closer that I could have gone to, but I don't know. For all I know, they're charging for parking too, being it's California, it's LA. So yeah, plenty of pilots. Yeah, I'm just not sure. Do these other places charge for parking like the TA is? Like this Flying J that's 3.5 miles away. Maybe if I left now, I would only get charged for one night. It says that there's some truck stops 3.6 miles away. Exit 61. Three Sisters truck stop, Fontana truck stop. There's a Flying J on I-15 exit 106. That's 3.8 miles away. But for all I know, they're charging for parking too. I might as well just stay where I'm at, you know. I'll figure that out. If I start coming here often, I'll check out those other places. But for right now, I am just going to deal with it. I don't think this is right. Jurupa Valley, it's supposed to be Mira Loma. Probably. They probably all charge, so, you know, I might as well just stay where I'm at. And I messed up when I first got here, but it didn't really matter because there was all kinds of spots to pick from. I thought that these two round buildings were part of the truck stop, and I forgot that that's not. I should have drove around the parking lot a little more than what I did when I got here, because there's all kinds of spots closer to the door, and I'm not very far from the door right now. I literally walk just a few spots that way and take a left in the door to the place. Yeah, I don't know who charges or not. Well, heck, I gotta look at this thing. I got two options from Miralona. One's Jurupa Valley, the other one's, what was that again? Jurupa Valley. It's supposed to be Miraloma, but it's not giving. This thing's being stupid. I don't want to wind up. Let me put this address in here. I'm gonna put the postal code in. Maybe you'll help me do with the postal code. See, this is coming up that it's in Jurupa Valley with that postal code, not coming up Miraloma. I don't know whether to trust that or not. You just never know sometimes whether or not you can trust what your GPSs are coming up with. And did they give me... Yep, I have a phone number, so they can always call the place. Tomorrow, if it winds up being the wrong place, I shouldn't be too far away from the right place. So whatever works. Oh, my shirt fell down. But I got my bottles of water from underneath the bunk, and you just gotta put some of this stuff, find a place for it. So a lot of the stuff is just gonna go up top. Some of my camera gear things are gonna go probably on the bed next to me. Maybe. I just about got it all figured out. We'll see. Going to Albuquerque, New Mexico, and then over to Windsor, Colorado. Haven't been through Albuquerque in a minute. I got some pretty scenery out there. But that video I wanted to work on, I couldn't work on today because I realized I can't find the other half of my power cord. As soon as I find that bugger, I can start working on that again. Wait, did I just find it? I just found it. It was hiding underneath my rug. So now I can go work on that video. Yay! So I'm not going to be on too much longer. Thought I would just give you guys an update of what I'm up to. Sucks. I don't understand why they were so hot to trot at giving me, wanting to know my ETA, and then they didn't give me a load out of here right away. It'd have been nice if they could have got me an appointment time for, you know, I had about 3 hours. I could have gone and picked something up and got out of LA at least, stopped at a truck stop. I could have got parked at a different truck stop outside of LA, and already been on my way to the next place. But yep, they're doing some of that same shit Bay & Bay did, but I'm getting a little bit. So far my paychecks have been pretty good, so hopefully they'll. I don't understand why they didn't get me going right away though. And they're not the easiest people to get a hold of. And I've sent messages and they haven't responded back. So I don't know what I think of that one. Let's see. That's weather alert. They haven't responded to that message. the other one that I did? Whatever, we'll find out. Maybe they'll get back to me by the time I leave. I'll keep my receipts and hopefully they'll reimburse me for this. And I'm still trying to get on that recruiter's butt for reimbursing me for the travel expenses out to Salt Lake City. He told me he was checking on it, was going to find out what happened. So it's one thing I need to, once I'm off this live feed, I need to get on the CR England thing and go look at my pay stub and see the breakdown of it and see if it shows that reimbursement or not. It's something I did not think to look at last when I got paid on Tuesday. So anyway, I'm gonna go get ready for some bedtime, get some sleepy bike. I gotta get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, 4:30, probably about 4:30. Get up and go get some coffee and iced tea. I wish it was a Love's, because then I could get the shit for free. But at least my next fuel stops are Love's. Let's see, workflow. I'll be stopping at the Love's in Williams, Arizona, and in Berthoud, Colorado. So those are my fuel stops. And I don't know if I'm picking up, I would think that I'm picking up beer from this Metal Container Corp. Says it's a live load, but the last place I showed up to was a drop and hook. My delivery was a drop and hook. All right, Richard, you have a good night. So cool. I've been wanting to do a video of, I don't know if I'm going to be on the right road. I think I will be. There is a couple of really cool rest areas with some big old boulders and shit that I thought would make a cool video. And I'll have to see if I see that. I'm going to try to stop there, but I don't know if I'm going to recognize it before I blow past it. But there's a couple of cool rest areas going through Arizona and New Mexico that are just I'm trying to remember exactly where they're at, but there's these big old boulders right next to each other and stuff, and sometimes you see the skins of snakes, like rattlesnakes, around and stuff. So that'd just be wild to get that on video. So we'll see if I'm able to do that, but chances are, knowing me, I'm just gonna probably blow up unless I actually have to stop to pee. I'm probably not gonna realize that that's where I wanted to stop until I'm already blown by it, and then I'll notice it, and then I'll try to take a mental note of it, or I'll try to write it down real quick so that I know where I want to go. And so there's a few of those places out there. I've done plenty of videos on the Lincoln Monument Rest area in Wyoming, there at the 323 Happy Jack Road. I've done a few videos on that. They're older videos. There's some other cool places out there that'd be cool to get on video. I kind of wanted to do a video on all the stuff that is cool to see along I-80. One of these days I'll have an opportunity to do that. And uh, I don't know if it's still there, but somewhere in Nebraska, I'm not sure. I think it might be close to not Lexington, but Kearney maybe, up on the hill by some pine trees. It's on the south side of the road. There used to be like a T-Rex dinosaur that faced the road just on top of the ditch. And I've always wanted to get that sucker on video. And in Lexington at the 237, there's that helicopter thing with the blinking light. There's a few other places that have like airplanes and stuff like that, and different things that are cool to see. Like there, right by Kearney, is that big huge bridge with the statues made out of metal, just like they did with the exit for where you get off in Council Bluffs for the Sapp brothers and the pilot there to get over to the Horseshoe Casino. That bridge has a bunch of cool decorative stuff too. It'd be cool to get some of that stuff on video one of these days. Do like a whole video. Stuff to see along I-80 from all the way out east to as far as you can go out west here in California to where it ends. And that would just be cool to get all the different stuff on there. I wonder how many things there are. And I think once I tried to look up to see if anybody had done that, and I couldn't find anything, but maybe I just didn't look them up right. All right, I need to go. I'm getting tired. I'm going to go back here and get ready for bed. And I will catch you guys tomorrow sometime. Catch you guys later. Thanks for coming by and hanging out. Bye.